Who doesn't have one? All right, everybody has one. So turn them over, and I'm going to ask you. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Karen?
Karen? Go ahead and read this for us.
Determination to overcome. Most people have struggles, but it's what they do with them that determines a person's ability to overcome. I've experienced many obstacles growing up with disabilities. I was born with cerebral palsy, which causes the muscles in my legs to become tighter than normal, making it unable for me to walk on my own. I was also born with a condition known as arthrogryposis, which causes a lack of muscle in my arms that prevents the range of motion in both my left and right arms, decreasing my mobility and independence. I do believe that even though I have been through a lot, these challenges have helped me shape me into the type of person I am today. I've had to overcome hardships such as judgment for the way I look, having to have an aide due to my physical incapability, and having trouble fitting in and making friends. Even though I've been through a lot, all these experiences have taught me about staying positive and knowing my strengths. All my life I have experienced people judging me for the way I look. People oftentimes are caught by surprise due to the fact that even though I look perfectly normal, there is one part of me that is not. My left arm is smaller than my right and lacks the range of motion to be usable. Students, as well as complete strangers, stare at me. I have even heard people talking under their breath about what they just saw and what they think about me. I am solely judged on my appearance without even meeting me. I've spent many years trying to somehow make myself feel okay about what people say. But in reality, it is an incredibly difficult task and some days even impossible. As of living with that, it was not simple enough. I've also had to live with the fact that I will never be able to complete simple everyday tasks independently. Even though this has been difficult, I truly believe that without situations like this, I would not be the person that I am today. Since I started school, I've had to have an aid due to my limited flexibility and lack of the use of my left arm. Tasks that may seem easy or effortless to other high school students are incredibly challenging for me and most times have had to be done for me. This has always been difficult for me due to the fact that I have had to develop a certain sense of acceptance for this. Nonetheless, I've been able to maintain a positive attitude and healthy lifestyle while overcoming these obstacles by not letting these difficulties define who I am. Over the years, my parents, doctors, therapists, and teachers have been working to find ways to improve my mobility and freedom. My parents have worked with many people to accomplish this. After years of deliberation, we decided a motorized wheelchair would be the best solution. I am able to control the wheelchair with the use of my right hand, and then the controls are tailored to the adjustability in my hand. I'm able to get from classroom to classroom, hang out with friends, and participate in athletics as cheer captain. Given more versatility, I am more individualistic than before and I am much happier. Lastly, I have faced struggles with making friends and finding the right group of people with which to socialize. I do not think I am one of the only high school students that struggles with this problem, but it seems like it may be harder for me than most, given my appearance and disabilities, which make it difficult to participate in normal high school activities in the same way as my friends. I've struggled with this for many years, but I think I have finally reached a point where I am content with the friends I have found. Without these experiences, I would not be the person I am today. I am much more positive and adventurous than I ever thought I would be. These obstacles may have been difficult, but I did not allow it to drag me down. Instead, I used it as a learning experience. I am extremely grateful for everything I have been through, even though it was not always easy.
So this was my friend Richard's daughter, who's 18, and she was born 25 weeks into her mother's pregnancy, so really, really early. And as a result of being born premature, she had these physical disabilities. And this is the essay that she wrote for her personal statement to be admitted to college. And my friend Richard gave it to me last week, and then introduced her to his daughter, and encouraged her based on how good it was, and invited her to come, and she said she really wanted to. And as we got closer, yesterday she just started to feel tremendous anxiety about it, and to be the center of attention, and these sorts of situations, and you can just tell by what she said substantively, it was just too much for her. So I thought it would be very powerful for her to share it, and I won't speak for anybody else, but it's powerful that she wasn't able to show up and share it. So what are you guys' reactions or thoughts?
Well, you know, I do understand her. Like, even though, because I was born with an illness called sickle cell anemia, and it caused my body to ache out the blue. And, you know, there been times where I've been helpless. There been times where I've been in so much pain that, you know, I can't walk. My last little episode before I went to Washington, D.C., I had pain in my knees and couldn't walk to go meet the paramedics. So one of my college bros had to drag me out. You know, I was heavy for him, so you know, it was a struggle for him. But at the same time, it's like I understand because you know I have an illness, a chronic illness that never go away, and people sometimes ask, you know, why you in the hospital so much. It didn't even have rumors in the gay world that I didn't have AIDS because I stayed in the hospital and stuff getting blood transfusions. But, you know, it's a battle, but whatever it is that we're going through, we still got to stay strong and continue to fight. And people do tend to judge people that have disabilities or whatever the case might be. So I truly understand.
I loved it. It was great. I was actually just thinking about this today, you know, how we all go through struggles in life, but when you learn how to overcome those struggles instead of letting them hold you back like she did, you look at life differently. That's what I would say. It was great.
Nice. That's beautiful. Roberta.
You know, as a teacher, I started, I don't know, the last few years giving my students highlighter markers. I always used to tell them, if you read something and if you relate to it, it's something that has happened to you, to underline it with a pen. And then I'm like, but if you were in college, you would have a highlighter. So I just, you know, after you did it, I was thinking, wouldn't it have been cool if we had all used highlighters in the room so we could all see how many things you related to? I mean, I don't have that. Right now I have arthritis in my back. I have a new problem. I can't even imagine the pain that you're going through, Candace, because it's freaking me out because I've never had a constant chronic pain before. But there's still so many things that I underlined that you can't see, that even though she has this situation, and it makes you think, oh my God, what am I worried about? I just have this little back problem. Look at what this girl is going through. But still yet, I highlighted things on every single page that I also related to.
Like what?
Most people have struggles, but it's what they do with them that determines a person's ability to overcome. You know, these challenges have helped shape me the type of person I am today. I'm judged by my appearance all the time. These experiences have taught me about staying positive and knowing my strengths. I'm solely judged by my appearance without people even meeting me. I have also had to live with the fact that I will never be able to, and then I stopped because there's other things besides complete simple everyday tasks independently that I will never be able to do as a woman. There's things that I can't do because I'm a woman or whatever. Nonetheless, I've been able to maintain a positive attitude. It's a lot of things. Given more versatility, I'm more individualistic than before and I'm much happier. Even making friends. I've made friends through Inside Out Riders. You're all my friends. This is my social network, Inside Out Riders. I can't even relate to my old friends anymore because if they can't talk about social issues and helping people and not the new purse that they bought because I don't care about that kind of stuff, I get bored and I'm not interested. Like, you're my social network of friends. This is my friend here. This is my friend here. And so there's just a lot of things in here. It would have been fun if everybody had held their paper up and we could see how many yellow, you know, I think maybe the next circle everybody could bring highlighters.
Pitch for office supplies, okay.
Yeah.
Good. No, I like that. It's you can relate to it, and it also gives us perspective.
Yes.
Right? It makes us
Yes.
realize that there's no question we all have hardship, but that's all relative.
Right.
Who else? Go ahead, Frank.
I think the title speaks for itself.
Yes.
Ultimately, we all can relate to this because even though we don't have a chronic disability or anything like that, we've struggled just as much. And as you can see, we're here. And determination to overcome every single obstacle that we've gotten has gotten us here, has gotten us to where we want to be, has gotten us chasing the dreams that we want to come true. So the title is very powerful, but the story behind it just makes it amazing.
To me, I relate to that too, as we all gone through struggles. But it actually hits a different nerve with me, just because my daughter actually has cerebral palsy, and just raising her when I have her, taking her to different playgrounds and stuff, and seeing how she can't keep up with kids that are younger than her. Like she can't run as well, she'll fall, she can't grasp stuff, but she's there fully mentally, but just physically, And I've already seen little kids like ask why she can't go down the slide like she can, or climb up the same things, and just, it's really, it's really cool that she wrote this and she's doing so well and came to terms with it and has grown from it, because it gives me a lot of hope for my daughter. So.
It's beautiful. Thank you for that.
For me, it just kind of highlights the fact that, we all have struggles, whether it's mental, physical, social struggles. But I think bottom line is when you really want to do something, you can, because I'm sure there's so many people, and there are so many people that are willing and able, that don't ever make it to college, or that don't, actually go out and try to do things for themselves, or, try to make themselves independent. But, reading her story, it sounds like she's gone through a lot. I mean, physically and emotionally, because I'm sure that's emotionally draining to have to, hear people talking about you and whatnot. But that didn't keep her from doing anything that she wanted to do, and nonetheless get herself into college. So for me, it just kind of highlights when we really want to do something, there's nothing there to stop us.